Well, it looks like the company we knew as Embracer is no more, but what is rising up out of the ashes? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, while there won't be a company called Embracer anymore, basically what's happening is the company is splitting up into 3 different companies. Let's take a look at the headline here from their press release. Embracer Group announces its intention to transform into 3 standalone, publicly listed entities at Nasdaq Stockholm. Now, since Embracer is a Swedish company, these 3 new companies would be traded on their stock exchange. But let's take a look at the information here from this press release. It says, the board of directors of Embracer Group AB today announces a transformative step for value creation through a separation of the group into 3 market-leading games and entertainment companies: Asmodee Group, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends. This kind of sound like they got AI to come up with those names, but we'll continue here. The 3 entities will be separate, publicly listed companies, enabling each entity to better focus on their respective core strategies and offer more differentiated and distinct equity stories for existing and new shareholders. This will enable the entities to unlock value in the high-quality assets of Embracer Group following the successful completion of the restructuring program. So what does that mean to us gamers? Well, basically Embracer is going to be split up into 3 different companies. You have the Asmodee, Coffee Stain and Friends, and then Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends. Now, these companies have different focuses. First, let's look at Asmodee. This company will mostly focus on tabletop gaming, trading card games, and digital board games, and it will consist of 23 studios. Now, the other 2 companies will be focused on video games, and you have first Coffee Stain and Friends. Now, this is going to be sort of your AA games and those free-to-play live games. So think of games like Wreckfest or Goat Simulator, and then on those free-to-play games, you'd have things like Star Trek Online. And then finally, you have Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends. Now, this is going to be focused more on those AAA titles and the studios that make them. So as you can tell from the name of this company, it's going to be focused on Lord of the Rings or Tomb Raider, those type of big titles. And as it stands now, Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends will continue to be traded under that Embracer tag. However, it might get changed sometime in the future. So how does this all look? So I found this graphic here over on X, and I'm not sure who came up with it, but I did try to link here to the first account that I saw that posted it. But more than likely they may have gotten it from somewhere else, so it's hard for me to really attribute who really created it, but it does break down how these 3 companies are laid out, what IPs and what studios are under them. So you can see under Asmodee, you've got a lot of those tabletop and card gaming IPs that you'll recognize. Then under Coffee Stain and Friends, you have companies like Coffee Stain, THQ Nordic, Ghost Ship, Tuxedo Labs, and of course the games like Wreckfest, Goat Simulator, and Teardown. And then under free-to-play, you have studios like Easybrain and Deca, along with the different IPs like Star Trek Online and Neverwinter Online. And then finally, we have a look at Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends, and this will be a lot of big studios you'll recognize like Crystal Dynamics, Tripwire, Vertigo Games, Warhorse Studios. And then you'll have the big IPs here like Dead Island, Killing Floor, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Lord of the Rings, Metro, and Tomb Raider. Now, I'm not sure how long it'll take before the split here is officially complete, but I imagine it'll go through pretty quickly. They do say in the press release they expect the split of Asmodee to be completed within 12 months, and for Coffee Stain and Friends to be expected sometime in the calendar year of 2025. And basically, since Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends is going to be what was Embracer as far as a publicly traded company, that'll probably be considered complete when they just finally rename it. So definitely some big changes around what was Embracer and now 3 different companies. And I can't say that I'm too surprised at this. I usually don't make a lot of videos about the financial situations of different companies. But if you do follow a lot of that, you know that Embracer laid off 1,400 people. They also canceled 29 unannounced games. They closed some studios and sold off studios like Gearbox and Saber Interactive. And all of this seemed to spur from a deal last year that fell through. They just had the vague announcement that they were trying to do a $2 billion deal and that it just collapsed at the last moment. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this huge company being broken down into 3 different smaller companies is a good thing for gaming? Or do you think this may be a sign that these smaller companies may continue to struggle? Drop your comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching and be good.